This is Adam. He's lived with type 2 diabetes for 25 years. But just 14 days after discovering his liver type and starting a simple morning liver reset, his diabetes vanished. I know it sounds hard to believe and maybe even impossible, but if you give me 3.5 minutes, I'll show you exactly how it happened and why it will work for you too, even if nothing else has. Hi, I'm Dr. Claudia Sarafrasin, and I've been a doctor for over 20 years, specializing in diabetology. During this time, I've treated thousands of cases. I've also spent years digging deep into research to uncover the real root cause of diabetes. And what I discovered is something you won't hear from your doctor, and you won't see on TV or TikTok. Because when it comes to diabetes, the truth is, it's not really about what you eat. We all know someone who eats sugar every day and never gets sick. And others, they follow strict diets, avoid carbs, and still get crushed by blood sugar spikes. So what's the truth? Based on a groundbreaking study in 2021, confirmed by scientists from the University of Turin, the Institute of Clinical Physiology in Pisa, and the University of Siena, my team and I discovered that diabetes has very little to do with your diet, your genes, or your age, but everything to do with your liver type. And if you're someone struggling with blood sugar spikes, figuring out your liver type is key. It might sound complicated, but you can do this at home in less than 10 seconds, just like Adam did. And once you know your liver type, you can use the jade fruit found on a remote island in New Guinea. So powerful, it can trigger a full liver reset in just a few days. And when that happens, blood sugar levels plummet back to normal, like flipping a switch, going from diabetic to non-diabetic almost immediately. It's efficient, simple, and cheaper than your daily coffee. You don't need medications, expensive supplements, or needles. And in this short video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. This groundbreaking discovery was published in the respected Journal of Epidemiology, where researchers called it the mind-blowing link between the diabetes reversing switch and the liver. And now it's being confirmed by more and more institutions, including the first Department of Medicine at Yamanashi Medical University. Thankfully, anyone can use it from the comfort of their home, starting today. It only takes a few seconds a day, so no matter how many things you've tried without success, no matter your age or your medical conditions, know there is hope for you. Dr. Claudia Sarafrasin here today, and I'm going to reveal the real root cause of type 2 diabetes. I was surprised to find, after years of research, how little it has to do with diet, genetics, or age. It goes much deeper than that. It doesn't start in your blood, but in a specific organ that quietly breaks down over time. And when that happens, it begins leaking sugar into your system every single minute of the day. And that's why you should never put your hopes in diabetic treatments, because they don't heal anything. They only mask the symptoms, and they come with tons of side effects. Just read the leaflet from any diabetes medication in your house, and you'll see what I mean. The sad truth is, people don't heal from diabetes, and that's why they feel so let down by their doctors. And honestly, who can blame them? That's why today I'm going to show you something different. My science-backed 15-second jade fruit method. A simple morning ritual that resets your liver type and helps reverse diabetes at the root. This is real science, proven by clinical researchers and tested in real people with real results. My method seals the invisible leaks in your liver that silently flood your body with sugar and rebuilds the barrier that keeps your blood sugar stable for good. This approach is backed by dozens of clinical trials from trusted institutions like the Department of Health Sciences at Yamanashi Medical University. And this affordable jade fruit method has the power to completely change your life. As a doctor with over 20 years of experience, I've seen firsthand how sneaky diabetes can be. How it can quietly lead to losing a leg, losing your vision, or even slipping into a diabetic coma. That's why I'm so glad you chose to watch this short but life-changing medical presentation. Now, diabetes is the third leading cause of death in the world, right after heart disease and stroke, which are often complications of diabetes. My solution can not only heal your diabetes, but also save your life and completely transform your quality of life. I truly believe this is the simplest and most effective way to reverse type 2 diabetes without running to doctors, hospitals, or filling up on meds. Right now, thousands of men and women are already trying this method to reverse their type 2 diabetes, and they're seeing the results.
Since I jumped on this method, my blood sugar has been rock steady. There's no more hauling snacks everywhere. I've lost a few pounds and my energy is through the roof. It's as simple as that.
I kicked this off on a Friday, and by Wednesday, my blood sugar was already in cruise control mode. No more 3 p.m. crashes, no midnight fridge raids, and I wake up feeling like my battery's at a full 100%.
Who would have thought you could actually get your blood sugar under control after 10 years of diabetes? I never expected it to work this well, but here I am, feeling truly at peace with my glucose levels. I wake up, check my numbers, and they're steady. I don't have to worry about crashing in the afternoon or spiking late at night. I am so happy I decided to give this method a try.
And once you see all the breakthrough science behind this affordable solution, I'm sure you'll be just excited to try it too. In the next 3 minutes, I'll show you how treating one of the most extreme diabetes cases I've ever seen helped me and my team discover the only anti-diabetes ingredient that, when used correctly, can plug the glucose leak in your body. Why this exotic jade fruit has never been advertised by Big Pharma, even though it's 4 times more effective than insulin and 10 times cheaper. And how you can reset your liver back to healthy, right from home in just 10 seconds a day. All of this without injections, without restrictive diets, and without chemical-filled medications that often do more harm than good. Now just imagine the transformation this could bring to your life. The freedom you can enjoy every single day, starting today. The freedom to do what you want when you want. And the energy to play with your kids or grandkids for hours without worry or exhaustion. Picture not needing to take medications anymore, not having to constantly check your blood sugar or live under endless food restrictions. Picture your doctor completely shocked by your results, your friends and family happier than ever. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you've had diabetes for 2 years or 40. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many things you've tried and failed with. What does matter is that you give this method a try, just like over 185,000 men and women before you already did. Because once you discover the solution I'm talking about, you'll understand why it has the power to completely transform your life. And as I said earlier, I'm Dr. Claudia Sarafrasin. I've been practicing medicine for over 20 years, and together with my team, we're at the forefront of clinical research in fatty liver, chronic liver disease, and pancreatic dysfunction. We've been part of some of the biggest recent discoveries in understanding the mechanisms that increase diabetes risk. And we're helping shift how this condition should truly be treated. We genuinely want to make a difference in our patients' lives. And it frustrates me when I see respected diabetologists blindly prescribe the same 100-year-old chemical treatments without thinking long-term about what the patient actually needs. They are treated as bodies with symptoms. Their lives and overall health are completely overlooked, and they are forgotten the second they walk out their doctor's door. That is why my practice has a more holistic and natural approach. While staying up to date with the latest advancements and trends in diabetes treatment, I also work obsessively to understand how plants, herbs, and organic ingredients can help solve my patients' problems. That's how I've been able to help the men and women who come to my clinic. And at the end of the day, I feel truly proud of how I help them improve their lives for good. But it's not always easy. While many treatment plans are straightforward, some cases are more complex and call for an entirely new set of tools or skills. I hear stories all the time from fellow diabetologists and always try to lend a helping hand where I can to support them with their patients. I remember a couple of such difficult cases that changed my perspective. One of these patients is Adam. And maybe you know someone like him. He was at death's door when I first met him. At 264 pounds, he had already suffered a heart attack. His eyesight was failing, and he even had fungus growing out of his ears, feeding on his ultra-high blood sugar levels. It was shocking, even to me. He was terrified, and we can all understand that fear and pain. What made it even worse was that he'd just lost his job because he had to miss work so often for treatments. Management told him they just didn't need that many people anymore, but deep down, he knew the truth. They didn't want to deal with him or his health issues anymore. And the most heartbreaking part? His wife straight up told him she had thought about divorce after he lost his job. She said she couldn't keep supporting a man, especially one with so many health problems. They were only 3 years apart in age, but people started saying she'd probably be better off without him. He started having nightmares, that he'd get Alzheimer's, that they'd amputate his legs, that he'd die alone. And the worst part, even though he was barely eating, his weight just kept going up, especially around his belly. Seeing cases like Adam's, that's when I made a promise to myself. I will do everything in my power to help people like him. I knew it wouldn't be easy, People like Adam had already tried every combination of everything out there. So what else could they do? Honestly, back then, I didn't have the answer, but I wasn't going to give up on them like everyone else had. In cases like Adam's, I kept noticing two things. Even though these patients were different in age, lifestyle, and overall health, they all had two surprising things in common. Number one, stubborn belly fat around the waist. Number two, the abdominal ultrasound results. Every single liver looked oddly similar, and at the same time, distinctly different from a healthy liver. Let me show you what I mean. First, here's what we call a type 0 liver, a healthy, normal liver. This is what the liver looks like at birth. Balanced, working properly, and fully in control of what enters the bloodstream. And now, here's a type 1 liver, what we later came to call a leaky liver. This is what I saw over and over again in people with diabetes. So I couldn't help but ask myself, could there be a connection between liver health and diabetes? That question pushed me to start studying the liver much more carefully. You see, the liver is a key organ that performs over 500 vital functions. One of the most important is gluconeogenesis, which literally means sugar creation. This process determines how much insulin your liver sends out into the body. It releases sugar bit by bit to fuel your energy needs. Structurally, the liver is made of a complex network of blood vessels and liver cells, also known as hepatocytes. Under normal conditions, what we call a type 0 liver like the one you're born with, the hepatocytes are tightly connected by cell junctions. These junctions precisely control what substances can pass from the liver into the bloodstream and in what quantity. But in a type 1 liver, often referred to as a leaky liver in scientific literature, we observe something different through advanced microscopic studies. Those junctions were weakened or damaged. And when that happens, the liver starts leaking too much sugar into the body, which causes blood sugar levels to spike, often overnight. Think of your liver like a sink. If you leave the tap open, it's going to flood the entire room. And that's when I launched a study on 360 patients struggling with blood sugar issues. And we discovered something astonishing. In every single one of them, the sugar regulation process inside the liver was completely broken. Their livers were in overdrive, producing way too much glucose. And when they couldn't store it anymore, they began leaking sugar directly into the bloodstream, especially at night. Exactly what we now call a diabetic leaky liver. But that's not all. A leaky liver doesn't just release sugar. It leaks toxins too, which trigger widespread inflammation. That inflammation can affect your heart, your vision, your brain, which also explains the complications that people with diabetes often face. On top of that, a leaky liver throws your metabolism completely out of balance, turning even non-carb foods into glucose, which leads to stubborn belly fat that just won't go away. So if you're experiencing blood sugar spikes, urinating more frequently, or feeling thirsty all the time, and at the same time you notice you're starting to gain fat around your belly, that means you likely already have a type 1 liver, also known as a leaky liver. It became clear to me that in people with blood sugar spikes, we need to repair the weakened cell junctions in the liver because we need to stop all those unwanted leaks. But how do we actually reverse a leaky liver and restore it back to its original healthy state? That became my obsession. I spent night after night bent over every medical study, every article, every small footnote I could find. But nothing seemed promising. And at the same time, my gut kept telling me there had to be something. Something that could explain how we might return a liver like Adam's back to type 0. Still, after 2 full weeks of research, I hadn't found anything helpful at all. I was close to giving up. But how could I look Adam in the eyes and tell him that there was no hope? I just couldn't do that. So I kept going, and thank God I did, because the answer came from the last place I expected. One night, after wrapping up my usual research, completely exhausted, I decided to take a different approach. I started looking into populations around the world with extremely low rates of diabetes, or none at all. That's when I came across the work of Swedish researcher Dr. Stefan Lindeberg, who studied the native people of Kitava Island located in Papua New Guinea. And what he found was remarkable. On Kitava, there's no obesity, no diabetes, and no heart disease. He even called it the most interesting place in the world from an anthropological and nutritional standpoint. The people of Kitava live in bamboo houses, use traditional canoes for transportation, and preserve ancient customs. And even though their diets are high in carbohydrates and they eat large amounts of fruit every single day, they don't develop diabetes. Why? I already suspected it had something to do with their livers, which had to be type O. But the big question was, how were they maintaining that healthy liver type? Why were their liver junctions weakening or deteriorating over time like ours? So I started digging even deeper, looking at everything they ate and didn't eat. I analyzed their plants, their food, and most importantly, their lifestyle. And that's when I found the missing link. Their air, water, and food are completely free from the 700 plus pollutants we're exposed to every single day. And that's why their livers don't have to work overtime filtering out toxins, which allows them to remain healthy, functional, and leak-free. Meanwhile, in industrialized nations like the US, our livers are constantly overwhelmed. This endless chemical exposure damages them, and that damage leads to chaotic blood sugar behavior. To give you an example, in the 1950s, the industrial production of BPA, a chemical used in plastics, exploded. And within just 10 years, the rate of type 2 diabetes rose by nearly 60%. The correlation is impossible to ignore. More plastic, more diabetes. So now the big question was, how do we fix this? That's when I made a bold decision. Together with 2 lab colleagues and 3 diabetic patients, including Adam, we decided to travel to Kitava. We wanted to monitor in real time the changes that happen in the body when someone adopts the islanders' lifestyle. I had a strong feeling that there was more than just low pollution at play. I believed that something in their natural diet was playing a powerful role in maintaining liver health. When we arrived, we did our best to adjust to their way of life. We shared basic first aid knowledge with the community. We made friends, we listened, we learned. In return, they opened up about their holistic health practices, exactly what we were hoping to understand. My mission during our time on the island was to test every local plant, root, or fruit that I believed could help people struggling with diabetes. I literally searched everywhere. I read every study I could find. I tested every single natural remedy available. And after several rounds of trial and error, something finally changed everything. One night, I stumbled upon a unique fruit used by the people of Kitava in their traditional healing ceremonies. They called it the forbidden jade fruit. Naturally, I was curious. Why was it called forbidden? The answer came quickly. Because of its extremely bitter taste. It's so bitter, in fact, that most people can't even eat it. The locals refer to it as the taste of truth, inspired by the biblical fruit of knowledge, the one that brings wisdom and understanding. That intrigued me even more. So I began testing this bitter jade fruit, combining it with a handful of other local plants and roots, all of which had strong scientific backing for their positive effects on liver health and diabetes. Soon, Adam and the other 2 diabetic patients started drinking a special morning mix made from these fruits, herbs, and roots. And the results? Nothing short of amazing. Within just 4 days, I started to notice their morning blood sugar levels dropping. As they continued taking the mix daily, their energy levels went up, their mood improved drastically, and most importantly, their glycemic readings kept getting better. We kept going with the formula for 10 days straight, and the progress was consistent. Every day, their numbers improved. And this was the moment I knew we'd found what we'd been looking for. So I decided to prepare a larger batch, using the exact same ingredients in the same proportions, and bring it back to the US for deeper lab analysis. Once we were back in the lab, we began carefully monitoring the effects of the formula on both liver function and blood sugar levels. And what we discovered was incredible. The solution worked in 3 powerful steps. Step 1. Strengthen the liver junctions. The first thing the formula did was start repairing the damaged junctions in the liver, stopping the constant sugar leaks that were causing his blood sugar to spike day and night. We were thrilled to find that bitter melon, the scientific name for the forbidden jade fruit, had this amazing effect. For years, bitter melon had been overlooked by mainstream medicine until one groundbreaking study proved its true potential. In that study, conducted by researchers from the University of Turin and the University of Siena, 72 participants were split into 2 groups. One followed a standard daily insulin protocol, while the other took just 0.5% bitter melon extract. And just 12 weeks, the results were undeniable. Those who used bitter melon had far better blood sugar stabilization, fewer side effects, and longer-lasting improvements than those who were on insulin. Further analysis revealed why. Bitter melon was actively repairing the damaged junctions in the liver, literally sealing the leaks that were letting insulin and sugar flood into the bloodstream. Step 2. Transition the liver from type 1 back to type 0. Once the liver junctions were repaired, the liver naturally shifted back to a healthy type 0 state. It stopped leaking insulin. It stopped overproducing glucose. But the next step was to nourish the body with specific nutrients to ensure this new metabolic balance would last. Think of this step as building a strong foundation for long-term blood sugar stability and shielding the body from everyday toxins. This is where two powerful natural ingredients came into play. Banaba, often considered the holy grail of natural glucose support, it helps your body use insulin more effectively. Cinnamon adds a sweet and spicy kick that helps balance blood sugar after meals. Together, these two ingredients were a metabolic powerhouse. Step 3. Support full body healing and cellular restoration. To take things even further, we added a group of carefully chosen natural ingredients that target inflammation, fat storage, blood sugar, and long-term organ health. Mulberry, used in traditional Chinese medicine for over 1,200 years, backed by more than 44 studies, it helps repair a leaky liver and stabilize blood sugar. In one study, mulberry extract lowered high blood sugar by 22%, equivalent to a 40-point drop. Even better, it starts working in just 2 hours with 0 side effects. Plus, it helps burn fat, improves heart health, and lowers the risk of diabetic complications. Gymnema sylvestre. Known as the sugar destroyer, this climbing plant from India is the most powerful ingredient in our mix. Dozens of studies from Harvard, Cambridge, and Johns Hopkins confirm its incredible effects on blood sugar. One lesser-known study gave gymnema to patients just before dinner. The results? Nearly every participant saw their blood sugar drop, not by 10 or 20 points, but by a staggering 76 points. That's enough to bring many diabetics back into normal, healthy ranges. In fact, a 2020 clinic study in Norway showed that gymnema stabilized blood sugar so effectively, many participants were able to stop using prescription medication altogether. Licorice provides immediate anti-inflammatory support, allowing the body to recover from organ-level inflammation caused by blood sugar imbalances. Yarrow quickly boosts glucose metabolism and acts like a band-aid for the liver, sealing leaks and preventing excess sugar from entering the bloodstream. Now, while some of these ingredients may sound familiar, here's the key thing to remember. They only work when they're sourced at their highest potency and blended in just the right ratios. That's the only way to ensure the active compounds stay effective and deliver real, lasting results. Which brings us to the ultimate step, the transition from diabetic to non-diabetic. This became possible with the introduction of 4 additional ingredients, carefully selected to complete what we came to call the nutritional matrix. Alongside the core ingredients, these powerful additions didn't just reverse the root cause of unstable blood sugar, they also targeted visceral fat, the dangerous fat stored around the belly, hips, and thighs. One of these powerful ingredients is guggle, a resin extracted from a tree native to India. Used in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years, guggle is known to promote natural weight loss by helping regulate blood sugar levels without effort. Next, we added alpha-lipoic acid, a unique antioxidant that plays a key role in purifying the liver and stabilizing the glucose production process. To boost the effectiveness of the entire blend and preserve the full nutritional properties, we also included a precise dose of vitamins and minerals. And by mixing all the ingredients into the exact ratios required, we created a formula that could instantly reverse a diabetic leaky liver by targeting the root cause, melt away toxic fat from the belly, hips, and thighs, heal the body at a cellular level, lower the risk of diabetes-related complications like heart attacks, nerve damage, and kidney issues. But before I tell you what happened with Adam and the other 2 patients, I want to share the results from a wider trial. We gathered a group of 50 volunteers, men and women with various stages of diabetes, ranging from people newly diagnosed to others who had been diabetic for over 40 years. Some were even pre-diabetic. All of them agreed to try our experimental diabetes reversal protocol. Everyone kept their expectations in check. After all, nothing like this had been done before, and the formula was still in the early testing phase. But to everyone's surprise, it didn't take long before we started seeing results. Mary, one of our first volunteers, was the first to report changes. She said her energy felt more stable throughout the day. Her usual blood sugar spikes in the morning began to fade. Her cravings for sugar started to disappear, and so did her habit of constantly snacking. She kept us updated regularly, and each message radiated more confidence. Her blood sugar levels were slowly inching back to normal. Over the next few weeks, those small improvements began to snowball. Her sleep improved. She had more energy in the afternoon. Her mood lifted, and her body began to transform. And of course, that stubborn belly fat disappeared. Her belly looked flatter, and she was noticeably slimmer. "I'm having a full-on breakthrough," she wrote in one update. She was 12.5 pounds lighter on the scale. It felt like a miracle, even though we knew it was backed by solid science. "I feel like I hit the jackpot of health," she joked. My husband even asked if I turned into some kind of witch because he can't believe how fast this transformation happened. And the best part? When we asked if she'd done anything else, she said, absolutely nothing. No diet, no extra exercise, no new medications. But it wasn't just Mary. Every single person in the group began to see dramatic improvements in blood sugar, energy, mood, and overall well-being. Their cravings vanished. Their daily energy returned. They felt more balanced, more in control of their health, and more connected to their bodies. Some said the tingling in their nerves had reduced. Others, who had been feeling exhausted for years, said they couldn't believe how energized and alive they now felt. They were sleeping better, feeling lighter, and starting to lose weight naturally, especially around the belly. One of the most surprising side effects of the formula was how consistently slimmer they looked week after week. They even started joking about how much money they were saving. No more expensive doctor visits, no strict diets, and instead they were budgeting for a new wardrobe. But for us, as doctors and researchers, the most important result of all was this. Every single participant reached and maintained normal blood sugar levels day after day for good. They made the shift from diabetic to non-diabetic, with a liver that now functioned like a type 0, clean, healthy, and stable. All the test participants kept asking for more of my natural wonder formula, hoping to share it with their friends and family. It became clearer than ever we had a mission. All the suffering caused by unstable blood sugar and its life-altering complications had to end, just like they stopped for Adam only 3 weeks after he started this simple morning liver reset. His diabetes vanished, and he has more energy and zest for life than ever before. "I didn't even dare to hope that I would feel this good and be completely free of diabetes," he says with tears in his eyes. So we had to make our discovery available to as many people as possible, and do it fast, that no one would have to suffer even one more day with diabetes or its brutal complications. Our research team managed to do what once seemed impossible. We found a large, modern but discreet manufacturing facility in the United States, one capable of handling everything. This facility could carefully blend all the potent herbs, minerals, and natural extracts in the precise quantities needed, and process them in such a way that their healing properties remained fully intact. Our reversing diabetes formula took the form of a fast-acting, ultra-concentrated capsule. This allowed all the ingredients to stay perfectly preserved inside the capsule until reaching the digestive tract, where they could be rapidly absorbed and activated. We called it RegenVive. It's the only 100% natural formula specifically designed to restore a healthy liver environment by addressing the diabetic leaky liver, the true root cause of erratic glucose production and sudden blood sugar spikes. All it takes is one capsule every single morning, and the science takes it from there. Each capsule contains a potent mix of 20 carefully selected ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, and botanicals, all of which are backed by multiple clinical studies. The capsules are small, easy to digest, and quickly absorbed by the body for optimal results. Every single capsule is made right here in the USA in our GMP-certified facility under sterile, strict, and highly precise standards. Our capsules are 100% non-GMO and completely safe. They contain no dangerous stimulants, no toxins, and they are not habit-forming in any way. Since its official release, RegenVive has brought real relief to thousands of people, mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers, all of whom had been living with unpredictable blood sugar swings. One of them said,
"This is the first time in my life that I am genuinely happy with my blood sugar control. Some of my friends even suspect that I found some secret trick. My glucose readings and my waistline have really transformed. My sister even started following this method too, and now she calls me every day just to thank me. I hope that more people will try it because it's unbelievable what it can do."
By now, I'm guessing you're probably feeling ready to try the state-of-the-art solution for yourself. And really, why wouldn't you? It's the first scientifically backed formula that helps restore your liver's natural function, balance your blood sugar, and support a healthy body weight, all without the stress of restrictive or useless diets. You'll feel the difference inside and out. As someone who has spent years in the field of diabetes research and liver health, I want you to know I take pride in the work I do. My reputation means everything to me, and I would only stand behind a product I believed in 100%, one that I confidently recommend to my own family. So with that said, let's talk about how you can get access to this diabetes reversing formula today. First, you need to know one important thing. We never cut corners. With RegenViv, you are guaranteed a premium product. Clinically tested, researched, and proven to work. We've never compromised on quality, and we never will. There are only a few labs in the world capable of working with such specific, highly sensitive combinations of vitamins, minerals, and herbal extracts. These components have to be processed just right to preserve their full potency and effectiveness so that your liver can respond properly and regulate blood sugar the way it should. Bottom line, real quality like this doesn't come cheap. But when you compare RegenViv to the dozens of outdated supplements out there, most of which barely make a difference, and consider how few real solutions exist for people suffering from blood sugar instability, we could easily charge a very high price. In fact, after seeing the real results our early customers experienced without needing intense diets or costly prescriptions, many of them said they would have paid top dollar for this formula. Then think about it. How much would you invest in finally feeling confident about your blood sugar? How much is it worth to not live in constant fear of diabetes complications, to have energy again, to lose weight naturally and consistently? What if you were absolutely certain that this formula could restore your energy, bring your glucose under control, and help you maintain a healthy weight? Would you pay $300, $500, maybe even $700? But let me be clear. I'm not here to put a price tag on your health or the peace of mind that comes from stable blood sugar. From the very beginning, our goal was to make this solution accessible to everyone. We knew we had to cover the cost of the premium ingredients and at least some of the time our team spent on research. But even then, we decided to set the retail price at just $175. And even at $175, it would be an incredible deal, considering everything this unique solution can do. But once again, our goal was never about profits. It was about getting this formula into the hands of as many people as possible. So we made the decision to cut out the middleman and offer RegenViv only on our official website, passing the savings directly to you. This means you don't have to pay $175 or $150 or even $120. All we want to do is cover the cost of the ingredients and keep the program alive so we can help more people for as long as possible. And although we will soon have to increase the price to $99 per bottle, due to rising ingredient costs, supply chain issues, and inflation, $99 is still far less than what most people spend on prescriptions or specialist consultations each month. But today, and only on this page, you can get a full bottle of RegenViv for as little as $1.50 a day. That's just $49 per bottle when you select our 6-bottle package, which is by far our most popular option. If you choose to order just one bottle, you're still welcome to do so, but we can't extend the bulk discount for single bottles. Even then, the price is still a small investment for something that could restore your peace of mind, balance your blood sugar, and protect your long-term health. And because I genuinely appreciate that you've taken the time to watch this presentation, if you choose a 3 or 6 bottle package today, you'll not only receive a major discount, you'll also get exclusive bonus gifts, just as a thank you from me and my team. Now here's why the 6-bottle package is such a smart decision. While many users begin to experience powerful results within just a few weeks, the real breakthrough usually comes after 90 to 180 days of using RegenViv consistently. We've seen it again and again. This formula works best when your liver has time to fully absorb the nutrients, heal, and reset to a stable type 0 state. That's why I strongly recommend a minimum of a 90-day supply to give your body the time it needs for true, lasting transformation. But if you're ready to go for it all and save the most, the 6-bottle package is the best choice. The simple truth is, we can't say exactly how advanced your diabetic leaky liver might be or how much damage has built up over time. That depends on a few things, like where you live, your stress levels, and what you're regularly exposed to. But if you're over 40 and have been struggling with erratic blood sugar, I strongly recommend taking RegenVive for at least 3 to 6 months. 6 months if you want to be absolutely sure your liver is fully supported, regardless of your current condition. A full 6-month supply gives your body the time it needs to rebalance glucose production, boost your energy levels, and significantly reduce sudden spikes. It allows the powerful nutrients in RegenVive to build up in your system and provide consistent support day after day. In other words, the longer you take RegenVive, the better you feel, and the more consistent your blood sugar readings will become. Results with RegenVive build up over time, so it would be a shame to get so close to full relief from overnight spikes and then run out of your supply. Missing even one day might leave your liver vulnerable to falling back into old, unhealthy patterns. Worse, you risk pausing or reversing your progress, especially if you have to wait months for the next batch of this rare and advanced solution to become available. And by that time, the cost may have even doubled. So why take the chance when you can lock in our 6-bottle package today at a steep discount? Plus, it includes free shipping, so your order will arrive without any extra costs. But that's not all. If you're smart enough to choose the 3 or 6 month supply, you'll also get 2 bonus online guides worth $148 completely free. These guides are designed to help you restore the full body balance, so it's not just your blood sugar that improves, but your overall well-being gets a major boost too. The first bonus is called Clear Mind, Sharp Memory. Inside this guide, you'll discover how to naturally boost your memory, focus, and overall brain performance, while also supporting blood sugar balance and healthy weight management. It answers a question I hear all the time, especially from people with diabetes. Why do I feel so foggy, forgetful, or mentally drained, even when I eat healthy? Here's a preview of what's inside. A simple yet powerful morning brain-boosting ritual that improves mental clarity and focus, while also supporting healthy liver and glucose levels. 3 surprising ways high blood sugar affects your brain and memory, and how to protect your mind before long-term damage sets in. 7 science-backed habits for improving memory and cognitive sharpness that also help reduce stress and support sustainable fat loss. Plus, the hidden connection between belly fat, inflammation, and brain fog, and what you can do about it starting today. This guide is perfect for anyone who wants to feel sharper, more energized, and fully present without relying on caffeine, stimulants, or exhausting brain hacks that don't work. The second bonus is called Hello, Radiant Energy. This guide helps you regain your stamina and bring back that youthful energy you've been missing. You'll discover a circulation-boosting routine that helps you wake up refreshed and maintain healthy glucose throughout the day. And this year's most dangerous online health trends and the science-backed alternatives that actually work. I can't wait for you to read these. You'll gain immediate access to both guides as soon as you place your order. Look, if you're still feeling skeptical, I completely understand. Maybe you tried countless methods, spent too much money, and still didn't get the results you were hoping for. That's exactly why we're backing RegenVive with a 100% ironclad 120-day money-back guarantee. If you don't see a dramatic improvement in your blood sugar or overall health, or if you're unhappy for any reason, contact us within 120 days of your purchase. Send us all the bottles, even if they're empty, and we'll issue a fast, hassle-free refund. No questions asked. Our friendly support team is here to help, and you'll find our contact info at the bottom of the page. This means you get 4 full months to try RegenVive, risk-free. There are no subscription fees, no hidden charges, and your order today is a one-time payment. Simply choose your package below. Once you click your preferred option, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. Just enter your payment details using a credit or debit card, and we'll ship your order in a discreet package to ensure your privacy. Remember, RegenVive has to do everything I promised and more, or you get your money back, even if every bottle is empty. Thank you for watching this presentation, and congratulations on taking a major step toward reclaiming your health, freeing yourself from the daily stress of blood sugar spikes and diabetes complications. Click below and start reversing your type 2 diabetes today. Now, if you're still deciding, take a moment to ask yourself this. What happens if you don't act today? You might end up spending more time and money chasing new solutions. It could take weeks, maybe even months. Meanwhile, your blood sugar issues may worsen. Your liver could become even more overworked, because the longer your liver stays in a leaky state, the more likely those glucose spikes will continue, draining your energy, harming your organs, and increasing your long-term health risks. But it doesn't have to be this way. There's no risk today. Just choose RegenViv now and take the first real step toward reversing your diabetes for good. Click below to choose your package. Enter your payment details on our secure checkout form and we'll ship your order right away. No matter where you live, shipping is 100% free, and all 3 and 6 bottle orders include the 2 bonus guides. I truly can't wait for you to experience all the benefits RegenViv has to offer. Still here? That's great. Since launching RegenViv, I've received lots of questions via email, so let me answer some of the most common ones to help you feel fully confident about your decision. Anna from Los Angeles asks, why is RegenViv better than other diabetes treatments? Why does it work so well? RegenViv works better than other treatments because it goes after the actual cause of diabetes, the leaky liver that dumps excess sugar into your bloodstream and causes blood sugar spikes. Through our doctor-developed, clinically tested formula, we've targeted nutrients that repair the damaged liver junctions and transform your liver from a type 1 diabetic liver into a healthy type 0 liver. As a result, your blood sugar spikes disappear, and so does your diabetes. It's been praised by over 185,000 satisfied customers, including Daniela B. from Modesto, California, who said,
I am so happy this product exists. I'm no longer crying over my unpredictable blood sugar every day. Just amazing.
Of course, the only way to truly know how well it works for you is to try it today under our no-risk, money-back guarantee. Only available on this page. Natalia from New Orleans asks, are there any side effects? RegenViv was developed for people of all ages and medical backgrounds. Each ingredient has been tested in clinical studies and shown to be safe. We also run routine tests to ensure purity. Each batch is free from toxins and contaminants. It's produced in a sterile, FDA-registered facility here in the USA, following the highest GMP standards. With thousands of people using it, we haven't seen any notable side effects. But of course, if you have a specific condition or take prescription medications, show a bottle to your doctor, just to be safe. Monica from California asks, how do I use this formula for best results? Simple. Just take 1 RegenViv capsule daily. That's it. 1 pill a day is enough to support your liver, stabilize blood sugar, and boost your energy naturally. Emma from Texas asks, what if it doesn't work for me? Can you remind me about the guarantee? We've seen so many people turn their lives around with RegenViv that we genuinely believe it can help you too. But we understand that no product works for 100% of people, and that's why every order comes with our 120-day money-back guarantee. If you're not happy with your results for any reason, simply return what you have, even empty bottles, and we'll refund your purchase, no questions asked. James from New York asks, can I find RegenViv cheaper somewhere else? No, and please be careful. RegenViv is not sold in stores, on Amazon, or on any third-party website. If you see it elsewhere, it's not the real thing. We chose to cut out all middlemen and offer RegenViv exclusively through this website, so to keep the price low and the quality high. So if you want the real formulas as the only place to get it, this page will only remain online as long as we have bottles in stock. So if you're ready to reclaim your health and reverse your diabetes, now is the time to act. Scroll down, choose your package. We recommend the 3 or 6 month option for best results and biggest savings. Click the button to go to your secure checkout page and complete your order. Thank you again for watching. I truly hope today marks the beginning of your health transformation.